if you don't have the opportunity to be able to engage in a large scale needs assessment for any of your projects, these are four questions that you could ask, whether it was during a kickoff meeting with your clients, if it's a kickoff meeting with your design team, really just to make sure that everyone has a good understanding of what the needs are related to that particular project. So, asking questions such as, what are learners' perceptions of utility regarding training? How often are your learners going through training? Do they see the value in it? Are they burnt out because they've just been overwhelmed with a lot of different training requirements within your organization? One of the things that we want to be thinking about as we go through that instructional design process, particularly with implementation, is how can we support them? How do we have to time some of those instructional activities or instructional experiences? We also want to think about, what do our learners value? What are they hoping to achieve from the trainings that they're participating in? How can we help them in terms of upskilling, in terms of career development as they're going through and experiencing a variety of different learning modules or learning experiences? We also want to look at, how relevant is your learners' training to their daily job responsibilities? So if we know that we're designing things such as just-in-time training where they're going to be accessing content while they're completing tasks, we want them to see the relevance in that. We want them to view that as being useful and being helpful. So making sure that things are up to date, that we're current with current organizational policies and procedures and software applications is really important. And then lastly, thinking about what mechanisms are in place to support learners after training. And so things that we can be thinking about is, what happens when the learner completes that instructional or training experience and then they go back to their job? What happens if they still require additional assistance? And so these are things where we can start thinking about just in time learning resources. Do we have infographics? Do we have job aids that can guide them? Do they have a community where they can pose questions and seek help once training's completed and now they're trying to figure out a way that they can meaningfully engage in transfer of that newly acquired knowledge?